No introduction, guys. Directly to topic, man. Directly to the topic. I'm already frustrated. We have done damn injustice to those animal species. How? I'll tell. You, me, everyone were fond of those childhood stories which our parents, their parents, used to narrate us, thinking that their kiddos will grow into good persons. Good. You, me, good persons, right? We are good persons, right? But they don't know. We actually grown into bad for those animals. Asking me how? Man, seriously. You know, I know, rabbit stays in burrows. But this was before that so-called epic race. Race? Rabbit, tortoise, what? Yes, before that race, rabbit used to stay on land like a man, bro. Since that race, they started digging burrows and living like this, suffering for their lives. Because they know, if they came out, we are there. Ready, lying in wait, ready to tell our morals. What was their fault? No. What was their fault? They just lost one race. A single race. Wait. The scenario doesn't end here. Think about those foxes. Poor they. Who stopped eating grapes? Again because of us. Grapes are short for fox. Who told? You, me, everyone. By the way, nowadays, kids sits on couch watching TV like a potato, watching Motu Patlu. But because they don't know that their parents used to read the same show on comics. Tinkle was that comic name. There are many famous characters like Shikari Shambhu, Kalia the Crow, Manpoin and
Supandi. Did you forget about Supandi?
No, I didn't. How can I forget such an important character?
For those of you all who do not know who Supandi is, let me introduce him to you. Supandi is a foolish village boy who is very hardworking, but luck doesn't favor him. He works on his master's instructions, but still messes up every time. He has only 4 strands of hair on his head, but I can assure you all that he has even lesser brain in there.
Okay then. I am handing over this stage to you. So carry on.
Thank you. Now, let's get back to Supandi. There was a saying in Supandi's village that there is no person on this earth who can keep Supandi hired for long, well, unless he has 32 bones. Now, so the villagers try to hire Supandi, underestimate his supernatural powers of foolishness, and they keep him in their house, but they are not able to cope up with his foolishness and ends up firing him within a day or 2. You all don't believe me? Let me tell you a story, a part of the story of Supandi being fired by more than 100 people. Now, Supandi once worked at a blacksmith. Blacksmith is the one who makes iron articles, for those who do not know. So, the blacksmith used to make burning hot iron articles, he put them in water. Supandi asked him, Master, why do you put these articles into water? Master said that, I do so to cool the metal down. Supandi said, I'll keep that in mind. The next day, Supandi's mother got fever. Then, Supandi decided on taking his mother to the doctor. On the way to the doctor's, Supandi saw a river and remembered his master's word. When you put burning hot things into water, they cool down. So he decided on pushing his mother into the water. When these words its ears, he had no other option but to fire Supandi. Finding no other option, Supandi decided he will take help from God. So he went to a temple. On the way to the temple, he saw a man with black sunglasses and a cup in his hand with jiggling coins, saying that, please help this poor blind man, give me some money. Supandi said, oh, I know you are not blind, you are pretending to be blind. The blind man said that, oh, I am blind. Then Supandi said, if you are blind, then prove it to me. Blind man goes, can you see that big banyan tree over there with 2 beggars under it begging? Supandi says, yes, I can. The beggar says, but I can't. Doesn't that prove that I am blind? Supandi feels piteous and gives him some money. Then moves on to the temple. The priest sees Supandi and thinks that I will prove the villagers wrong and I will keep Supandi as my worker. So he decided on taking Supandi to his house. To test Supandi's abilities, he gave Supandi 1 2-rupee coin and asked him to bring a betel leaf with it, and another 2-rupee coin and asked him to buy a betel fruit with it. Supandi gave the betel leaf coin in his left hand and the betel fruit coin in his right hand. He closed his fist and walked. While halfway to the market, he thought, which one of the coin is for the betel leaf? This one's for the betel leaf? This one's for the betel fruit? No. This one's for the betel leaf? This one's for the fruit? This one's for the fruit leaf. Oh, so confusing. So he went back home, showed his master the coin and asked, master, can you please tell me which one of these is for betel leaf and which one is for the fruit? The master couldn't cope up with his foolishness, got irritated and fired him. Next, Supandi was hired by a mafia. Mafias are bad people who do bad things. This mafia kept cans of kerosene in his house. One day, there was a knock on the mafia's door. The mafia asked, who's there? FBI, open up. Oh, Supandi, hire the kerosene as soon as you can. There are police. So as Supandi heard his master's word and hid the kerosene. When the police came, they searched the whole house but couldn't find any kerosene. So they went away. The master asked Supandi, oh Supandi, how clever of you. Where did you hide the kerosene that even the police couldn't find it? Supandi said, I hid the kerosene in our backyard. So the master started digging into the backyard, but he couldn't find any kerosene cans. Confused, he asked Supandi, where did you put the kerosene cans? They're not in here. Supandi said that, oh master, you told me to hide the kerosene, not the kerosene cans. Kerosene is in the soil. If you can find it, then you can. The master couldn't bear the losses and fired him. Next, he was hired by a man called Chamki Lal. Chamki Lal gave him a task to bring a best mosquito net from the market. Supandi went to the market to a shop and asked, please give me a mosquito net. The man said, see, this one is the best mosquito net ever. They won't let even single mosquito get in there. Supandi said, oh no, I won't buy it. The shopkeeper said, why won't you buy it? Supandi said that, oh, if it wouldn't let a mosquito in, how will my master get in there? See, I told you Supandi is foolish. But this is a story from like decades ago when cartoons weren't even invented. So that time Supandi's foolishness was there. But that doesn't mean that in today's day there is no foolishness. There are still many Supandi living out there in this world. For example, following me comes the latest Supandi.
Hello. My friend, student fellow. My house is yellow. And just click the button follow on my Instagram. Sorry, I was a little off topic for now. I can see all of you a lot happy. What happened? All of your classes got missed because... And that corner is looking very happy. What happened? 2 marks got missed. Well, recently, I have passed from 9 to 10th. And my 9th exam I gave that. So my first exam which I gave, it was torture. Sorry, Did I just say torture? It's maths. So my first exam was maths. I'm very bad at maths since first standard. Once my teacher asked me that Pranav, if you have two ice creams, okay, if you have two ice creams and one is given to your friend Ram, another is given to your friend Sham, then what is remained with you? I said, tears. Well, when we talk about ninth, that exam was horrible. The question was find y. It's like variables we have, and the question was find y. Why do I have to find y? Am I Dora the Explorer? Why is here? Why, where are you? Am I supposed to do like that? Why, where are you? You have my y, give me back. I have to find it. It was very bad issue with me. I talked with my sir. Sir, why didn't you give me marks? I even made an arrow there, I found it. And then sir said, Pranav, it's not at all logical. I said, sir, it is logical. Sir said, where? I said, sir, WhatsApp University, sir. Then I made another doubt to sir. Sir, I'm very bad at maths. How can I improve myself in it? Sir said, Pranav, if you have to improve in maths, you have to basically use your brain. I said, sir, that's what exactly is missing, sir. Now let's come to science. The science exam the question was, what is brain? I wrote, brain is something which stops working during exam. Then, you guys would be till 8th, I guess. So, in 9th and 10th, it's like your answer. If you write answers in exam, how good your answer, that doesn't matter. How long your answer is, that matters. For example, I will tell, if the question is, why Ram killed Ravan? If it's for 2 marks, we normally write, Ram killed Ravan because he kidnapped Sita. Okay. But if it's for 5 marks, there was once upon a time a king named Ram. If it's for 10 marks, once upon a time there was a king named Dashrath. And if it's for 15 marks, India is a secular country, it has many religions. Now, after my exams, I was in peace for 1 week. Very happy. But then my results came. So the first result was of English. So in English result, all my classmates were like, oh my god, I got marks in literature, but I lost in grammar. I got marks in grammar, but I lost in literature. I was being like, guys, you are getting marks. I'm getting X. Well, after that, my comes maths result, okay? During maths result, my maths becomes very excellent. Sir even forgets to give 1/4 mark. I check out that, sir, give me 1/4 mark. Then I said, sir, round off it, make it half. Round off it, make it 1. Like that I pass. Then, basically during result time, there is one fellow who is very motivated by Sandeep Maheshwari. He comes and by saying, he basically takes the report card. He says that a piece of paper can't change your future, can't decide your future. So what about your dad's property papers? Well, that friend's name was Gattu. He is very interesting fellow, He used to study in a school named Atmaram and Baburao Educational Trust. His school basically organized a picnic to Panvel. And he basically took the concern from the school, the concern form, and when he returned home, he talked with his mother. He told his mom that, Mom, all of the school students are going in picnic. Our school has organized an amazing picnic to Panvel. His mom said, why are you worried? You are not going, right? Then basically he got very angry. Gattu got very angry. He started arguing against his mom. He said that, Mom, I have to go. Anyhow, I have to go in the picnic with my friends. Why can't I go? And you know, you can never win an argument against mom. You could have done an argument against your mom, but you cannot win. You cannot ever win because you know the argument ends with the last sentence, and that sentence is, I carried you 9 months in my stomach to see this day. Oh God, please take me in heaven. Well, now a question to the audience. Okay, just frankly answer. How many of you have Instagram account, Facebook account, Twitter account, or you're in social media? Any one of you? No, I guess. So then you're TikTokers, I guess. Well, now I would like to call upon my one friend who is literally the low-budget Sallu Bhai of our generation. Let me call him to continue the show further.
Thank you, Pranav. So before I start, I have a question for the audience. Who are the ones who don't believe in the things that they can't see? Anyone? Yes. Do you see your brain? This means you don't have brain. So, I will share my experience with I had my brother. Once I talked to my brother and told, hey bro, share your experience when you were in school. He said, don't let me start on this topic now. I said, bro, I'm your brother, please. He said, let's go. So, first he told me about, like he compared the Indian teachers and the foreign teachers. So a guy named Sean is in foreign school and he is standing on a desk and is playing. So teacher comes in of foreign, or it is a foreign teacher. He says, hey Sean, sit down. Sit down, it's not good. And if the same Sean is in India and the Indian teacher comes in, Beta Sean, come down. Come. Remove your specs. Tuck. Then he told me about the homework scene, when a child doesn't do homework in the class. So I have a question. If a child does not do homework, what should we do with him? You are right, we should give directly punishment. But the teacher creates a perfect scene. Why don't you do your homework? Why don't you do your homework? What's the reason? The teacher says in all the form of grammar, active, passive, direct, indirect. So, the main problems comes here. You can't be frank with your teacher. Like, ma'am, I have not done my homework because I forgot to do it. I'll tell you why. The sentence comes like, oh, you forgot to do your homework? Do you forgot to eat your lunch? It was good until this line came. Oh, you have not done your homework. Don't you forget to breathe? So my brother had to reply for the same. Sir, ma'am, I am also a patient. I need to breathe, otherwise I will die. Then a rule of language. We have to speak in English when you are in a school campus. It is a good sign of a good school. So one side Hindi teacher was saying to an English teacher, he was speaking English. So the Hindi teacher decided to say in English. So once my brother and his friend were laughing in the class, so a teacher came in. Why has he laughed? My brother was like, ma'am, I have not laughed. After a few times, teacher said, you has laughed, I have seen you. Once the same situation occurred again, the teacher was legit confused this time. The teacher told, why you has had been talking? So it was like, choose correct. Then we come to our subjects. So I might think that some of you like your subject and some don't like your subjects. Isn't it? My brother did not like geography. A question came in exam. locate and label 2 places where gold is found. My brother was like, if I would know this answer, why won't I go and gold some mine? So the question was of 3 marks and he need to write something. He wrote Amdani Athani Kharcha Rupaya Bank and Shakalala Boom Boom Bank. Thank you.